all of the matches or secure top 2 positions in all of the prior matches they played beforehand. So, and the top 2 players of this match will go directly to the grand final. Well, there will be at least awarded with at least $5 of prize money. And the bottom 2 players will sadly move on to the losers bracket, but that does not mean that the players will be out of the event. They'll be playing against the top 2 players from the match that's played out at the moment as well, which is the losers round 3. Well, the bottom 2 players from this match will be playing against top 2 players from the losers round 3. Anyway, we're gonna be starting off our first map. It's gonna be Spring 14. So, winners bracket final between Gaming Boy from Indonesia, Simply Nick from Australia, Spider from Singapore, and Winky Face from Australia. So the biggest favorite on this map could be Simply Nick, and we saw that he was fairly prepared on this map. So let's see, all of the round is already really close. All players are between 0.5. Simply Nick going for the inside, unless we saw an early touch that was from Spider. Winky Face and the Gaming Boy trying to go for the small zigzag to gain speed, but actually Simply Nick's lead is quite advantageous at the moment, with being 0.3 ahead of the other players. Winky Face trying to attack Gaming Boy, at least Gaming Boy not having the best transition right there. Even though having a small flag spike is still enough to snipe the second place, so Simply Nick is taking 4th place and starting the match with the first 10-pointer, followed by Winky Face, Gaming Boy, and Spider in last. So yeah, the very unfortunate mistake from Spider. So all of these players, I would say, are one of the best players from both of the regions. Even though this region is not so much developed in the competitive Trackmania, but this is a very nice event to at least plant the seeds for the competitive scene in this region, to at least bring out who are the talents and give them a nice platform to as well perform and showcase their skills. Anyway, in the round 2 we already have a very close fight between Simply Nick and Gaming Boy. Gaming Boy having unfortunately a bit too much airtime in this one transition, thus allowing Simply Nick to have a bit advantageous lead. Meanwhile, Winky Face has already had made a minor mistake. So Winky Face trying to go for the inside, but it looks like Simply Nick is looking very consistent. As Gaming Boy actually makes this mistake and bumps this finish, thus allowing even Winky Face to pass him in this match. So Simply Nick winning another 10-pointer and actually firing a very good rounds performance so far. Driving 42 mid is a very good rounds time, I would say. Small early mistake from Gaming Boy with some looks like it was a bit hard to say what that's about, but the extra speed from this turn was a massive, like he overtook everyone in that one turn. Actually, Winky Face now having not one of the best starts at the moment. Gaming Boy still maintains the lead, although Simply Nick and Spider are just behind. Simply Nick having a bit more exit speed, even now going for the overtake over Gaming Boy. Gaming Boy having a bit wider approach that will allow Simply Nick to go a bit ahead, and he touches the grass as well. That will allow him to catch up. Where is Winky Face? Winky Face a bit at the bottom, even being overtaken by Spider. So at the end we will have all players actually making it, and it will be again Simply Nick securing another 10-pointer, followed by Gaming Boy, Spider, and Winky Face at the bottom. So yeah, Simply Nick showing a very strong performance so far, and it has been a really close fight for the bottom 3 positions in the match. So Simply Nick at the moment with 30 points and the rest of the players with 13. So yeah, even though Simply Nick is on very nice league, this is his best map out of the entire map pack. So I would say other maps might not favor him that well, might favor some others. So at least we can see that he's utilizes that his favorite map is being played first and is trying to capitalize on every single round due to that. Anyway, in this last round on this map, we actually still have Simply Nick in first place, although Winky Face is doing an attack and actually going really close to him while reducing the gap to 0.1. Gaming Boy not having the best transitions that will allow him to others to pass, and it's Simply Nick taking another pointer, followed by Winky Face and Spider in third place, and Gaming Boy in fourth. Actually one of the better rounds we have seen so far on this map in the entire event. But yeah, after map 1, Simply Nick is gonna do this so far the perfect match with the 40 maximum points out of 40. And we're gonna actually move on to 11. So in second place we have Winky Face with 19 points, third place Spider with 17, and fourth place Gaming Boy with 16. It still has been a really close fight between the bottom 3 positions. But yeah, now we're coming to this map, and even though it's a fairly simplistic in its route, the main deciding part in this map is the start, where we have seen, especially in the early rounds, a lot of mistakes, a lot of clips that basically cost the players the entire round. And one important line in here is what Simply Nick actually very well executed there. If you take a really nice line with the full grip throughout the dirt turn, you maintain so much more exit speed. And it can also give can be a very crucial section in this map. So basically start and the end part. Mid section with exit speed. Those are the most deciding parts we're gonna see on this map. And let's see how the players will utilize those. So, first round on Spring 11. Simply Nick, Winky Face, Spider, Gaming Boy. The winner's bracket final continues on. Let's see. So no early bonks so far. Looks like all of the players actually making it first, except Nick. Simply Nick, at the moment the current race leader, does have a small bump and a mistake at the start that will allow other players to have a better advantage so far. Doesn't look like it. That other players are making mistakes, since everyone made it solidly, so it's a very close fight for the top 3. At the moment, Gaming Boy is actually leading. Winky Face attacking. As soon as I say Gaming Boy leads, he does a small mistake that allows him even Spider to overtake at the very end. And very close round, all top 3 players driving sub 33 seconds, which is a fairly decent round's time. And yes, Simply Nick's early mistake will just allow him to score the 3-pointer. So the extra 10-pointer from Winky Face gives a nice extra points bonus for him to run away from the both Asian players. So an early mistakes in this round. A very close fight between Spider and Simply Nick. Winky Face going for the attack. Gaming Boy is a bit lagging and has a small mistake at the end. Spider as well going for the exit line, but Simply Nick gets the exit speed that I was talking about. And now he is a bit running away from the other players. Spider we're gonna close second, so looks like the race results as well. Actually, Spider managed to snipe Simply Nick at the very end, having a very sick exit turn at the end, allowing him to overtake Simply Nick and scoring the extra 10-pointer at the end. So now, like I said, Simply Nick was really cashing in on the first map, scoring the perfect match, but he's not looking that shaky. He's looking fairly shaky on this map, as we see actually Spider and Gaming Boy having the early mistakes. So it's a duel between the two Australians, Winky Face and Simply Nick on this map. So it looks like Simply Nick having a bit better approach here, but let's see who will be maintaining it and if they can do it without mistakes. Whereas Winky Face trying to attack, but it's a very risky line from him, but that did not pay off, so this will give a nice opener 10-pointer for Simply Nick yet again. Yeah, Gaming Boy even with the early mistake and having another mistake at the end, it'd still be enough for him to score the +6 points. But yeah, very chaotic round this time around. We had the previous round where almost all players managed to drive sub 33. And this round was with a pretty big gap, so yeah. Another early mistake from Gaming Boy, trying to go... Maybe the pressure is kicking in, yeah. Completely flipping as well at the start. So I feel like maybe the pressure is a bit too high, so there's like this... when there's a bit of too much pressure on your shoulders, sometimes like a bit of extra misclicks and the precision is not the same when you train. Anyway, in this match we again have Simply Nick leading the pack, following by Winky Face and then Spider, actually having pretty close gaps in this time around. Actually, Simply Nick sets a really sick time. That's a very good time, I will say. 33.3 is a really good rounds time. And yeah, pretty big gaps between the rest of the players, but Winky Face still secures the +6, Spider +4, and Gaming Boy +3. Even though Simply Nick not having that map as his best, he still manages to maintain his third position and a bit increase the gap as well. So, next map, we'll have Spring 22, the Dirt and Dirt hybrid map. So, after map 2, we have Simply Nick leading with 69 points, Winky Face with 43, Spider is really close with 40, and then Gaming Boy at the moment at the bottom. So in this map, a very crucial part is the very end slide, which we have seen that can potentially bring a lot of upsets even if the player is leading throughout the entirety of the map. having a small or a very unfortunate slide can still bring his result to the end. Yeah, looks like Winky Face looks like he's practicing the loop. Seems like it. Anyway, so let's see how will this map go, because I think this is one of the maps where we're most likely gonna see the biggest gaps. Since one very well executed turn, or some parts, or extra speed slides, gear management will really put big gaps in the players' performances. So I don't think we will see the tightest races, but still anything can happen. And this map is very cost. So one small mistake on this map, since it's very speed based, it can absolutely ruin the round and make a mistake that even costs more than 4 seconds. So anyway, first round on Spring 22. It looks like Simply Nick not having the best of starts. Gaming Boy as well, not having the best of exit speeds. So we have actually Spider at the moment leading. Gaming Boy as well having a very weird mistake there. There's usually a bit of weird having a small mistake in the middle of a straight road, but well, in Trackmania anything can happen. Anyway, we have a very close battle between Spider and Winky Face. Simply Nick being behind a bit as well with 0.6, but then this map 0.6 is a very catch-upable time that can easily happen. So it's not too big of a gap on a map like this. But yeah, Winky Face is leading, actually increasing now the gap over Spider. Simply Nick following at the moment in third place, and let's see how will the players will do the ice turn. Looks like very shaky approach from Winky Face, but looks like Spider executed fairly safely, but this was still not enough, so Winky Face still maintained his first place with X scoring that plus 10 points, following by Spider with the plus 6, Simply Nick with the plus 4, and Gamey Boy with the early mistake with the plus 3. Oh no, this is a very unfortunate start for Simply Nick. With the approach she's taking, it's like a very low success rate to maintain that turn properly. So that puts him out of this round, as we have Winky Face and Gaming Boy actually having a very close fight. Spider as well, just right there. So let's see who has the best exit speed. So it looks like Winky Face, bit oversteering, not having the best exit speed, but he still maintains his first place. Spider is closely following the pack as well, as Winky Face actually touches the wall. And I think he was practicing because he most likely was going for the low jump at the side that you can take to get more exit speed. It looks like that was not enough. So at the moment Gaming Boy leading, both players oversteering, but looks like Gaming Boy has a bit better exit speed here. So, and it will be Gaming Boy actually taking the 10-pointer in this round, following by Spider, and looks like where the other players are. I don't think they'll be able to finish. Yes, so this will be Gaming Boy and Spider only finishing, which are the bottom 2 players who really need the points, and especially since they want to catch up to the top 2 players. So I think they will definitely say yes to those. Gives them a nice opportunity to catch up between the Australians. After the first turn, we do see Gaming Boy leading. Hopefully no silly mistakes this time around, following by Winky Face, and Spider and Simply Nick being close between third and fourth. So Gaming Boy looks like has a very nice lead, but he touches, and that's a very unfortunate place to touch because you need to maintain a lot of exit speed throughout this entire part, so that will allow all 3 players overtake him here, but he's still pretty in a close pack with the others. Winky Face at the moment leading the fact, but Simply Nick executing the dirt loop quite well. No one goes for the speed slides to my surprise. And that will actually allow Gaming Boy to catch up a bit. But very aggressive inside line from Simply Nick will allow him to maintain the second place. So Winky Face going for that. Looks like Winky Face a bit oversteering, Simply Nick having a very nice executed ice turn. Will that allow him to overtake him, Winky Face? But no, it was still really close, and even Gaming Boy had a bit better exit speed. That was not enough for him to overtake Simply Nick. Meanwhile, looks like Spider had a small blunder as well. That put him in the final position. So we had Winky Face with the plus 10 points, following by Simply Nick, Gaming Boy third, and Spider in fourth. Will we see an early mistake from the players? No, it's actually for all players maintaining fairly close pack after the first bug slide ice turn. Still no proper name for that technique. Looks like Simply Nick actually maintains the gear and gets a lot of more exit speed out of the dirt loop, not getting the slide inside of the loop. Let's see who will maintain the best exit speed. Very shaky line from Simply Nick that will not allow him to maintain that much speed comparing to others. We at the moment have Gaming Boy leading the pack, following by Winky Face and Spider. Looks like Spider actually does avoid the slides in the loop that allow him to get a bit more speed. As what I think Gaming Boy actually touched the side of the block, so it was a bit unfortunate. In that will put him in the final position, and it will be actually a very close fight between. Oh my goodness, there's so big gap. So it will be looks like it's gonna be Winky Face actually taking that 10-pointer, followed by Spider, and then Simply Nick, and then Gaming Boy being basically at the other side of the map. Will he even finish the time? Yes, he will in the last few seconds. So at least he will be able to score some extra points in this matchup. So yeah, very well executed map for Winky Face, allow him to reduce the gap between him and Nick. And now we are moving to next map. It's gonna be Spring 19. Now the gap between Simply Nick and Winky Face is only 10 points. It was around 30 at one point. But like I said, the match started with Simply Nick's favorite, like one of the best maps for him. So he played his core rest, had a very early lead, but sadly did not have the best execution in on the dirt hybrid, ice hybrid map. So anyway, coming into next map, we have, if you take a look at the race results, we have Simply Nick with 83 points, following by Winky Face with 73, Spider with 61, and Gaming Boy with 52. So the gaps are not that big, and race can still go any other way. But at the moment, Simply Nick and Winky Face do have the advantage. So this is the winner's bracket final. So top 2 players from this matchup will go in the grand final and will secure at least a bit of prize money if they do so. The bottom 2 players won't be out of the event, but they will be facing off against the top 2 players from the losers round 3, the match that is happening at the moment as well, where the top 2 players will be facing off the bottom 2 players to secure in a fight for the top 2 positions in the grand final as well. So the first round on Spring 19, let's see what will be happening in this time round. So none of the early mistakes happening so far. As I said, yeah, of course. So looks like Winky Face having the early mistake right away, as I said that. Actually, Simply Nick maintaining a fairly strong lead, following by Gaming Boy, but looks like Spider actually has a bit more exit speed than him. Winky Face having a pretty big gap, but if other players do make a small mistake, then it's still capturable, especially in this part where speed maintaining is very important. It actually looks like Gaming Boy actually did a small touch that allowed him to reduce his speed, and like I said, one small mistake will still make it catchable. So it looks like if you look at the top, very nice hotkeys game. So we will have actually, looks like it's gonna be Simply Nick taking this, unless he bonks the fin. Yes, it will be. So Simply Nick will be taking the plus 10 points, which are pretty decent time as well. Sub of 54 seconds, following by Spider, Winky Face, and Gaming Boy at last. So now Simply Nick just needs to win another round, and he will be securing the finalist status. Other players will need to work a bit more. But yeah, Simply Nick has a very advantageous situation to potentially go in the grand final. Speaking of that, actually Simply Nick is not having the best of starts, but he had a very good inner line, and that allowed him to catch up to the other players. Oh, very aggressive inside line. That was really well executed, maintaining all of the exit speed as well. Now let's see who will have the most exit speed from this turn. Looks like also that Spider did not... Oh, he goes even for the risky inside line. That one line will allow him to catch up, but actually still, Winky Face is at the top. Gaming Boy getting a bit more airtime that will now allow him. Both Australians going for the outside line, but Simply Nick does it only once successfully. And it looks like Comtown DA and Gaming Boy a bit pushing for the inside line, and he will have to slow down, but he still maintains his second place, and Simply Nick will secure another plus 10 points, following by Winky Face in third. And will Spider finish? Yes, at least he will secure the plus 3. So we have Simply Nick, who will now enter the finalist status for the first time. So Simply Nick just needs to win another round, and he will be and he will be given the ticket to the grand final, and as well a bit of prize money secured 100%ly as well. Looks like Spider with an early mistake. Simply Nick also already having a very nice advantage. Bit shaky line from Gaming Boy right there. But it's still not too big of a gap between the other players. And Winky Face actually having a very seductive line as actually Simply Nick bongs the pole and Winky Face and Spider as well. And Winky Face actually a bit secured it and touches, but does not get the speed, and a very risky approach with that. But still, the fight between Gaming Boy and Winky Face is still pretty close. Gaming Boy goes for a bit safer approach to maintain his position, but looks like it will be not enough. Winky Face actually maintains the gear and will come down to the end. Winky Face actually goes really close, but he still maintains his first place and scores the plus 10 pointer, followed by Gaming Boy. And where is Spider? Spider looks like it's gonna be in third place, and I believe, yes, Simply Nick DNF'd. So the first opportunity for Simply Nick to secure the spot in the grand final was unsuccessful, but Winky Face now, if he now secures the first position and denies Simply Nick for another time, he will be entering the finalist status as well. Of course, the both Asian players from Indonesia and Singapore can also potentially snipe some extra points and make a very nice upset and comeback in this match, as Gaming Boy has one of the best starts so far. Well, Simply Nick goes for the advantage line, but he gets a bit airtime, so not the best exit speed, but it's still fairly equal. Goes for the early release to get more exit speed, and he will actually get more risky land between the reset block and the tree. Actually, Spider now is a bit attacking, as Winky Face having the early mistake. Gaming Boy touches, and Simply Nick as well. Spider will actually go for the overtake. Due to that, Simply Nick now goes for the wiser inside line since he did not have more speed. He touches the sand. It will be enough. No, sadly Gaming Boy does not snipe him, but Spider still denies Simply Nick in his second attempt, scoring the plus 10. Winky Face still being last place is still not enough to secure the finalist, but now he will have Winky Face just has to be top 2 in next round, and he will secure the finalist status as well. As we now switch to the other maps, so Simply Nick is still in the finalist status, Winky Face with 94 points, Spider with 84, and Gaming Boy with 71. Gaming Boy needs a bit work. He does have the pace, but he's a bit inconsistent in his performance in this match. But he does have the pace, and he can definitely snipe some points from the other players. So a potential comeback can happen. Spider on paper just needs to finish in first and second at least, and he will secure the finalist status as well. But of course, Simply Nick tries to defend his position to secure a spot in the grand final, and Winky Face just needs to secure a top 2 as well. So the both Asia players really need to step up their game if they wanna get the easy access to the grand final from this match. Yeah, since the last few attempts for Simply Nick have not been successful, let's see if he can actually secure his position, or can others deny him. So the top 2 players from this match will go on to the grand final that will be played out a bit later on. And the players who will be in the grand final will secure some prize money as well on the top. Bottom 2 players will be facing off against losers round 3 players. Top 2 losers round 3 players that the match is going on at the moment. And then they'll be fighting off for the grand final slots as well. So anyway, in this round, in the first round on Spring 09, we have a relatively close round, although Gaming Boy has very shaky lines, getting airtime here and there, not allowing to maintain the best amount of speed, but it has been a really close fight between the top 3. So Winky Face at the moment leading, but Simply Nick goes for the aggressive inside line. Will he be able to do some damage? Winky Face still maintaining first place. Simply Nick has to readjust the line, and it will be actually Winky Face taking the first 10-pointer and now securing finalists for him as well, following by Spider with the plus 6. Simply Nick getting denied, and Gaming Boy scoring the extra plus 3. So now we have first double finalist situation between the 2 Australians. Spider can also deny and enter finalist sim as well. But now it's the big focus between the 2 Australians. Who will be the first person who will secure the spot in the grand finals? Actually, now Gaming Boy has the best start out of everyone. Simply Nick with attacks in the second place. Goes for the aggressive inside line. Gets a bit of airtime, not allowing him to maintain the best exit speed. It still allows Gaming Boy to maintain his first position. Where is Spider? Spider is somewhere lost at the bottom. Meanwhile, Winky Face and Simply Nick, who really just need to finish the first round because their other points result won't impact the match that much, but actually Big Gaming was securing the first place in this round, denying both the Australians another chance and closing himself to the finalist status as well. Actually a very good time right there. 36.9 is quite speedy, I will say. So Spider securing at least plus 3 points, but he still needs to finish in the first place to jump to the finalist status himself as well. So after a couple of turns, we still have Gaming Boy in first place, now finally waking up, trying to do some damage in the match. Oh, Simply Nick goes for the aggressive exit speed line, but actually he has the same amount of speed as Gaming Boy has, so Gaming Boy very nice capitalizing on that. It looks like no players are going for the extra speed slides to risk it, and let's see who'll beat on the end. Some players, oh no, Gaming Boy slides out. Will that be enough for the other players to overtake him? No, and Gaming Boy secures another 10-pointer on this map as well. Pretty decent time, actually pretty decent times from all of the players, if I say so myself. So a bit fortunate for Spider, who secures another plus 3, but it's still enough to deny the Australians, and we're closing in on like, let's say that the bottom 2 players are just few points away from securing finals as well, and the Australians had been denied finalists for many rounds already, so it has been a very close fight already. So Spider just needs to finish top 3 and he will enter the finalist status as well. Gaming Boy needs to score a top 2 placement, but it's better that they deny the Australians. And speaking of that, looks like actually Gaming Boy and Spider do have a bit better speed, although Simply Nick has just tiny bit more exit speed. It comes down to the end line. Gaming Boy having this as Simply Nick tries to risk it at the end and DNFs at the end, and now we will have yes, quadruple finalist situation. Top 2 players will move on to the grand final, bottom 2 players will move on to the losers final, and oh boy. The thing is, this is a map where we saw that was played for Simply Nick, and where Simply Nick did manage to basically clean sweep this map, so a very good odds are looking for Simply Nick on this map, but maybe a small mistake from the pressure situation can happen and some other player will go through. So this is a pretty big monkass situation, if I saw someone else. So after a complete 5 maps rotation, we have all players in finalists now. So top 2 players will go to the grand final, and if players are in the grand final, then they will secure some prize money on tap as well, depending on which position they have from the first to 4th. The bottom 2 players will face off against the top 2 players from the losers round 3 that will be played off after this match. Sorry, in the losers final that will be played off after this match, to give them another chance to qualify themselves for the grand final. Alright, so first deciding round. Only 1 player out of these 4 will make it to the grand finals. Who will it be? Gaming Boy, Simply Nick, Spider, or Winky Face? This has been the best map for Simply Nick so far, doing very good round space in rounds previously. Looks like the Australians have the bit small upper hand so far. Although Gaming Boy does a bit more, maintain a lot more exit speed, Simply Nick goes for the attack, and oh, see, it touches, so Simply Nick is out of this round. I repeat, Simply Nick is out of this round. So we have a close battle between Winky Face and Gaming Boy for the slot in the grand final. Winky Face bit lagging. Actually, Spider now comes into the fight as well, but very bit pressure slide, and he does misstep as well. Looks like Winky Face is a bit shaky. Gaming Boy not having the best approach, and who will be really close fight. And it will actually be Gaming Boy being the first person to make the massive upset, being basically entirety of the match at the bottom. And when he gets in the first finalist opportunity, he does secure it, and making a massive like reverse sweep in the match, and being the first person to secure his position in the grand final. Insane comeback from Gaming Boy, and now we have only 1 player slot remaining in the grand final between these 3 players. Looks like Spider goes for the exit speed, but sadly it's not too much. bit Winky Face at the moment in a very nice lead over the others. Simply Nick going for the attack. Can he maintain it? He just pushed it. He managed to catch up to Winky Face. Very shaky line. Actually, very well calculated there was. Using the grass to slow down, but looks like not enough speed. It's gonna be a close line. Looks like very shaky line from Winky Face. Looks like gonna be Simply Nick doing it, being the second person in the grand final, securing this position. Now Winky Face and Spider are moving to the loser bracket match, losers final that will be played in the. So GG's to Gaming Boy and Simply Nick being the first two people who will secure their spots in the grand final. Gaming Boy making the massive, like, how do you even call that? Like reverse, not really reverse sweep, but yeah, he was in the entirety of the match, he was last, and when it was the quadruple finalist situation, he capitalized on that and secured a slot in the grand final. So now we will have a small break, so all of the results are being calculated and everything like that. In around 15 minutes, we will have the losers bracket final. So stay tuned for that.
I tried to be kind, I gave it my all.